Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Good morning. It is time for the Coffee Chat Show. We are live. Notifications are going out now. We are live and online and ready for Coffee Chat. Hi, Lisa. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Grab some coffee. Grab a notebook. Hello, hello. Buffy, good morning. How are you? Good morning, Tracy. Morning, everybody. Last week, we were coming to you live from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, where Tracy and I were on site. And we did a live event. Good morning, Katie, Dodie. Hello, everybody. That live event is up on our YouTube channel in full. Good morning, Jasmine. So for those of you that would like to see me live, and Tracy was chiming in a few times as well. Good morning, Jennifer. You can see the entire event, the entire hour and 28-minute event from Portsmouth, New Hampshire, where we were doing a live Revealing Leaders event, a private event last Saturday morning. It is up on our YouTube channel. So go to revealingleaders.com and click Watch Us on YouTube, and you can find it there. I encourage you to watch it. It was a really good event. And another laundry list item, this workbook, which we created and used at the event, we have it downloadable for free on the site. So again, go to revealingleaders.com, download the free workbook on how to create the 2022 that you really want to have, and also go and watch the live event. And you can kind of follow along and download the workbook for free. And those of you, will do a first 10 people to email me at the end of this video. And I actually have physical hard copies of this that we are going to send out to people for free as well. I had a few extras made. Good morning, Scarlett. Nice to see you. Okay, so again, we were live last week in New Hampshire. If you want to see the entire full event, which I recommend that you do because there's good stuff in there, go to revealingleaders.com. Also, click free stuff and download this free workbook for yourselves. Okay, we don't even ask for your email address. You can just go and download the workbook. You can also join our newsletter emailing address if you want. Cassandra, good morning. Hello. All right, we have some tried and true folks hopping on this morning. I love to see that. Good morning, everyone who is just jumping in. So this morning, as you know, we have, 2 weeks to Christmas? My husband told me this morning that Christmas is actually on a Saturday, so we have a 2-week period from now until Christmas. And I wanted to really crack into you guys about your language and your speaking and how your words are really powerful. And we've talked about this a lot. I don't think I can really talk about this enough. Your words are always a decree. When you speak, you are putting something forth about your life. You are making a statement. You are creating the future. You are declaring something. Your words actually control your life. So when you speak, if you're complaining and you're negative and you're speaking something that's contrary to something that you want to see, you are actually doing some damage to yourself because you're not helping yourself. So if your life is here and you want to get your life to go here, and sometimes you say affirmations, and then other times when you're talking to your friends or you're talking to your work people, you're just a boat full of negativity and you complain about other people, and you might spend time in the morning saying affirmations, and then you get in your car and there's traffic and you start swearing at people, or you get into a crowded store and you start getting aggravated with people and you start complaining, and you get on your phone and you talk to your friend and you complain about how crowded it is in there and what a pain in the ass everyone is. So, and I talked about this in the live event, right? You spend some time every day. If you're doing a personal development practice, you're probably spending some time every day to try to get your life from where it is to where you want it to go. And then you go out into your life and you think, well, I'm just saying to my friend Susie, I'm just saying to my kids that, their father aggravates me. I'm just saying to these people at work that the other people annoy me, right? There is no just saying. You are saying it. So you are spending time every day making forward motion, and then you are spending time every day making backward motion. And what happens is you stay right here. You stay right here. So you spend all this time in the morning and you're pushing everything ahead and you're writing down goals and you're making a to-do list and you're maybe taking my advice on the tools, and you're doing index cards and you have affirmations and all this. And then you go out into your life and something happens and you start bitching and moaning and complaining, and then you get further into that, and then you see, so you're constantly in a battle with yourself. You're negating the good work that you're doing by what's coming out of your mouth. And I was just speaking to Tracy this morning before we jumped on. She called and I told her what I was going to talk about this morning. I said, I get trapped in this when people from my office call, my buddies from the office, and they'll buzz my desk, because my main office is in Miami, and they'll buzz my desk here in Vermont. We have a phone system that's all connected. And I love them. And so they start talking about like, oh, blah, 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 blah. And I jump right in there. I'm like, oh yeah. And then I get off the phone and I say to myself, shoot, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to get embroiled in that. And, you don't want to be, I'm already probably known around there as the positivity Nazi. I recognize that some of you, work in different places and you have families, and you don't want to necessarily be the one that's like, oh God, you can't say anything to her or him because he'll just... So you can just not feed into it. If someone's being super negative or they're, kibitzing, whining, complaining, you don't have to, you could just stay neutral. You don't have to say anything. You could just say, oh, and that's better than jumping in. Or you can find a place where you might be able to turn the conversation into a more positive, on a more positive track. Tracy's saying the positivity police. They probably talk about me down there and say, oh, geez, you can't say anything to her because, your words are always a decree. I couldn't say this enough. I can't say enough to you that what you decree, the universe will fulfill. This is like a partnership between you and the universe. This is a universal law. What you put out, you will get back. What you say, you will manifest. What you spend your time focusing on, you will create coming back to you. Your spoken words create a reality for you that has a grave consequence when it's used improperly. And I could not possibly stress this to you enough. I could speak to you every Saturday morning about this, and there are those of you that still wouldn't hear me. As long as I've been practicing, which you all know is over 4 decades now, I still, when the phone rings on my desk and it's my buddies that I love and they are saying, blah, 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 and I'm like, oh, and then I get off and I say, shoot, I just spent like 15 minutes feeding into that or listening to that, I shouldn't have done that. So I'm still catching myself. So if I am still catching myself after 4 decades of practicing this stuff, I can only imagine how many times you folks will catch yourselves. So your words are always a decree. You are always decreeing something. Once you have said it and spoken it, you have put it on its way to manifest. That's just a law. That's a universal law. It's a prosperity practice principle. It's a universal law. It's an agreement between you and the universe. When you say it, it makes feelings that come behind it, right? There's thoughts and feelings associated with your words. So all of your words will bring you a result. and what you really want to be aware of is your careless words. It's your careless speaking. Because if you're on a path to personal development, there are times where you are really watching and monitoring your speaking. You're probably spending some time every day, in forward motion, saying affirmations, looking at goal, whatever you might be doing. It's the careless speaking that you're unaware of. And that has a lot of power because we are carelessly speaking a good part of the time. And that's when we're saying things that we would tell ourselves, oh, I'm just saying that to so-and-so. It doesn't really mean anything. I don't really mean it. There isn't any just. If it's coming out of your mouth, it is going forward to create a result for your future. Period. End of the story. So you really want to look at only speaking words that you're willing to see manifest in your life. Tracy's reminding me that she loves when I talk about linguistic surgery. That's really what you have to do. You have to become a vigilant watcher on your language, and you have to be willing to cut out the words that don't work. You have to be willing to do linguistic surgery on your own speaking. It's like as if you need a pair of scissors and you've got to watch what's coming out of your mouth so you can cut out the parts that are not what you want to create more of. This is a vigilant work. It is especially around the holiday season, especially now, these next 2 weeks. This whole watching your speaking and doing linguistic surgery on yourself, this could make the difference between the best holiday season that you've had yet, as opposed to the holidays that are always just like everything else and the old conversations that you have about the holidays. So I'm challenging you to spend the next 2 weeks really committing to doing linguistic surgery on yourselves and really looking to see what is coming out of your mouth. After you speak a sentence, and even before, if you can catch yourself, say to yourself, is this something that I want to see more of? Are these words that will go forward to create a better future for me? Am I building someone up with these words? Am I tearing someone down with these words? Remember that when you're complaining about someone, even if they're not there and you think they'll never hear what you've said about them, you're creating an energy with your negative words and complaining and criticisms that goes out there. They can feel that. They don't know where it's coming from. They don't know who's doing it. But it may cause them to not feel as great that day or feel a little bit worse than they already felt. I guarantee you, if someone is going around being difficult, they are probably having a difficult circumstance in their lives. And that's why they're being difficult. Because let's face it, if you're having a great day and you're happy and everything's going well and you're out there in public shopping or getting a coffee, you're not being difficult. You're happy to be alive. You're joyful. You're in a good mood. If you are not in a good mood and not joyful and not happy, likely something's going on for you. And if something's going on for you, you're already challenged. If you're already feeling challenged, do you really need someone else saying shitty things about you? I don't think so. I don't think that you probably do. A tool for this is what we are calling the glory story. And it's basically every morning in your practice, doing your affirmations or doing your reading, your gratitude list, whatever you're doing in the morning, take a moment, and get a notebook and write a couple of paragraphs about how the day is going to go. this is your glory story. It's your glory story for the day ahead. So you could say, hi Jude, I see you. You could say, today's going to be a great day. All the meetings I have are going to be on time. I'm going to get all green lights in traffic. I'm not going to encounter any lines in retail store, whatever the case may be. My kids are all going to get up and get dressed and be happy to go to school. People at work are going to be excited. You can make it up however you want. Your glory story should be a paragraph or two. Now, a way that you can catch yourself is when you're about to speak, you can say, is what I'm about to say, does it fit into my glory story for today or does it not? Because if it doesn't, you might want to just not say it. You might not want to speak that out loud. It's bad enough when we have thoughts that are negative and critical and all of that, and that's a whole nother conversation. When you actually speak them out of your mouth, you give them a lot of power. You give them a lot more power than they have just being thoughts in your mind when you're not speaking them out loud. So the opportunity here is to really challenge yourself. Write the glory story every morning. What do you have to lose? What do you have to lose? You have 24 hours in a day. How much of that time do you spend on creating the day the way that you want it to go, as opposed to how much of that 24 hours do you spend complaining and bitching about the day or what's in it or what's coming up? How much time do you actually spend every morning setting up your day for the way that you want it to go? How much time are you actually watching what's coming out of your mouth? I promise you, you will catch yourself. If you just get conscious about this, you will start to catch yourself. If you just bring it up to consciousness, like, what is coming out of my mouth? What am I saying? How is that coming across? Is it helpful what I'm about to say? Is it life-giving or is it taking away? Is it empowering anyone? Is it making anyone feel better? Is it making them feel worse? Your words are powerful. Your words control your life. And your words are always a decree. When it comes out of your mouth, you are setting it forward into your future. You're setting it up for your future when it comes out of your mouth. Okay? So, really be conscious of that. I challenge all of you to do some linguistic surgery on yourselves, truthfully, and start looking at what you're speaking and what's coming out of your mouth. All right. For the first 10 people to email me a place where you're going to watch your speaking, an area, whether it be with your family or your workplace or whatever, if you email me, and you can find my contact information on revealingleaders.com. So go to revealingleaders.com and click contact us, and you can find my email address there. For the first 10 people that email me, where they're going to start looking at themselves and catching themselves in their speaking, we will send you a free hard copy of the downloadable leadership book that we used last weekend at the seminar. And again, I encourage you to please go to revealingleaders.com, go watch the live event from last Saturday. I believe that you will find it helpful, and download the free workbook from revealingleaders.com as well. And I will see you guys in a week, and I look forward to hearing about how you are catching yourselves in your own speaking. Have a great week. See you soon.